What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Week 12 review
12, yep.
of the Commish show. Playoffs starting to heat up.
A little bit.
And, first, got to get this out of the way. Took down the Giants banner. Very disappointed.
Very
Joke of an
upset.
organization.
Terrible.
We won't even go there. That could be a whole nother video in itself.
For sure.
Yeah, we're going to get right into the games. Me against Tim Barry, 127.4 to 63.2. Very handily win, even before Antonio Brown had his second consecutive 40-plus point game.
Monster, yeah. Rough week for Tim.
Yeah, and it knocks him out of the playoffs. There's 3 teams that are already out. Mm-hmm. Everyone's fighting for that last spot.
Right.
Mannion, Rick, Tim Barry, they're all out. No shot at coming back. And that last spot, it's going to be an interesting week.
Wide open, yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
Move on to the next one. And a big win by Logan. He put up 143.3. Beat Mannion. Mannion only had 64.
Another tough week for Mannion.
Yeah, tough week for Mannion. Very good week for Logan.
Yeah.
You play him this week. Potentially, if Sean beats me,
won't happen.
and Logan beats you,
also won't happen.
There's potential that you could be out.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. All right.
You got to remember where I came from in the beginning of the season to where I am now.
No, definitely. But I'm just saying you could potentially.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
It's Logan. Let's be honest.
It is Logan, but I mean, 143.3 it's a high number.
I'm not scared.
Logan said he ain't scared. He could put you in your place. I'm just saying, move to the next one. Andrew fought himself back into the playoff race.
Yeah, way to go, Toby.
He beat Frank. Frank is now on the outside looking in, but he has second most points for in the league. So all he has to do is win, and he's in.
5-game losing streak for Frank.
5-game losing streak. Unbelievable.
Ice Connor in the cons because it's ice cold. And
Andrew's team's looking good. It could have been higher as well if he would have started Marvin Jones, which I think you talked him into starting Kenny Stills on last week's episode.
Sorry. I'll just say sorry if you did it because of me. But
Marvin Jones had a good game, but Andrew's team's looking solid.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean,
he was on the outside looking in. Now he's
right in the middle.
Yeah, he's almost a lock. There's 3 locks, me, Armand, and Logan. All in the East, should I say. East is killing it. People were talking a lot of smack. We're all on winning streaks, except I think Rick lost to...
Rick's 3-9. It doesn't matter.
Rick lost to Auto Draft this week.
Okay.
But everyone else on win streaks, murder in the game. That's all I have to say. Move on to the next one. Frank, we're going to have him on next week.
Okay.
He has some stats we're going to go over. He's going to talk about, unlucky teams and lucky teams.
Yeah,
I think he's definitely the most unlucky team.
Definitely one of the most unlucky. And
to have the second most points for in the league and be 5-7, it's tough.
Yeah, very much so.
But I think, who does he play? Rick?
Yeah.
He plays Rick.
Alton was calling that Rick is going to beat Frank? Was that what he said?
No, I think he said Rick has no chance.
Okay.
And we were trying to say, first of all, let me get this out of the way. We shot this episode a couple days ago with Alton. Some stuff happened on the back end with the producer. Don't want to throw Shady Mike under the bus, but
let's be shady to Shady Mike. He did something that he wasn't.
I'll take some of the blame, I guess. I don't know, but obviously, long story short, either we couldn't find the files or they got corrupt. So that's why we might be calling upon some stuff that was said prior. But yeah, Alton did say Frank is a lock to win and a lock to get into the playoffs, which fucking ESPN killing me. Yeah, but this just in, fantasy basketball, no one cares about it. Yeah, rambling on a little bit, but Alton says Frank's a lock. We'll see. Andrew's team looking good. Move on to the next one. And
Auto Draft,
as we just said, smashed Rick. Put up 158.6. This is a very high scoring week.
It was.
Very high scoring week.
If you had the right people, it was.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost everybody scored a touchdown. Actually, I take that back.
For who?
Multiple touchdowns for Kevin Rudolph. Big game for him. Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph, Carson Wentz.
Auto draft, I think he is pretty. A lot of things have to happen for auto draft to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's essentially a lock.
In the West, we got a lot going on.
Yeah, the West is tight, and it's not as good as the East. That's all I got to say. Rick, if the records show.
We'll get into another episode about that.
All right, maybe next week with Frank.
Statistics.
Do you think Rick can beat Frank? I mean, if Drew Brees goes off, DeMarco Murray's definitely, he could potentially go off. Larry Fitzgerald's Larry Fitzgerald. Ted Ginn, we don't understand why Ted Ginn is doing things.
Still playing in the NFL, not really sure.
And he's getting points. It's unbelievable.
Do I think Eric could beat Frank?
Yes.
If Frank's team stays as cold as it's been for the last 5 weeks, sure. But do I see it happening? Not really.
I think Frank will win as well. We'll move to the next one. Another extremely low-scoring game for Sean. And he could potentially miss the playoffs. Alton beat him 124.9 to 76. Dak Prescott again.
Starts with the quarterback. You get 3 points from your quarterback, it's going to be a long week.
Definitely. And if you look at his defense again, we talked about it last week. Negative 12 in the last 2 games. Now it's negative 12 in the last 3 games. His defense had 0. Alton also mentioned that he picked up his defense on like a Thursday or something because Sean was complaining to me that his
waiver wire or something like that.
You can't get anyone off waivers.
I think that's just
everyone picks before him.
That's an excuse.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Sean, you've been on a losing streak now.
How many games?
4-game losing streak. Your waiver wire position has to be decent. Mm-hmm. It has to be decent, especially with everybody on winning streaks. So,
and the fact that he doesn't have Case Keenum, and I think I said this to him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
Case Keenum isn't the most glamorous quarterback. He's not a Tom Brady.
You gotta love
someone
him,
you think of.
You gotta love Case Keenum.
He's playing so well right now.
Undersized, undervalued quarterback in Minnesota.
Disrespected,
right?
Just like someone else who's now the backup at the Patriots for a reason.
He's still in the
Brian Hoyer. Hell yeah, he is.
All right.
But Alton winning, he's essentially in. I think if I beat Sean, he's out. Is that true? Alton was the playoff guy. He's still sleeping right now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time.
He said he was going to be here 2 hours ago, and we haven't heard from him. We're not extremely surprised.
No, not at all. Something along those lines. I don't think Sean can beat you unless you sit people, because his team.
I think he's been under 80 in all 4 of those games that he's lost in a row.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at all.
I think that's.
Wouldn't doubt it at all. It is what it is, though.
Yeah, definitely.
You against Sean, big game for him. We'll see if he decides to change his roster or play Dak again.
Yeah. Move to the next one. And 177.9, highest points thus far in a game this season. Of course, comes against you.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Julio Jones, 50-point game. Mm-hmm. Huge win for Armand. Both his games against you, he had his 2 highest point totals of the season.
Yeah.
And, Julio Jones, 50.8.
Yeah.
Gronk with a big game. Do you still think tight end is the weakest point on his team?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'll see how Ben Roethlisberger's starting to play.
Yeah.
So, am I going to say Mark Ingram and the running backs are? No chance. Mark Ingram's putting up an all-pro season.
I would say the running backs. That's just me.
Well, he also has, people down on his bench. He's got Doug Martin, who, never know what can happen.
Great.
And
he's not great.
Carlos Hyde's been all right.
Average.
Okay. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
If people have a problem with it, like somebody, that's not here, they can, do something about it.
Like show up.
Yeah, show up. Calling you out. You could show up for a week and... Moving on. I'm okay with the loss. 177. I'm not. You're not going to beat that.
No.
So
definitely not.
I'm okay with it. And Kamara, 14th round draft pick, best player on my team.
Yeah. No. 100%. Completely agree. And a long list of things have. Not. 2 things have to happen for you to miss. No, 3 things, I guess. Because Frank has to. If Frank loses, he's out of the playoffs, obviously.
Are you talking about me missing the playoffs?
I'm just talking about playoff situations.
I'm not going to miss the playoffs.
If Frank loses, he's out. Do you think that's going to happen?
No.
Okay, we move on to the next one. If Frank wins and I beat Sean, Sean's out.
Right.
Do you think that will happen? Because I think that's the second most likely of things to happen.
You win and Frank wins. Yes. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's what you think?
Yeah.
That's what you're going with?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what happens. We're going to have Frank on next week. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully he told me he would come on. I haven't talked to him since he was away in Florida. Hope you had a good trip, Frank, if you're watching this. Or if he's still there, hope you have a safe flight back, whatever. Hopefully you come on next week. Mm-hmm. And
you can bring the statistics in.
Yeah. I'm looking very forward to the stats.
Amen to that.
But we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, boys.
I love the piano. It's quality.
It's great. You can't hate it.